Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown for PFL, where I break down every single fight on the card, and we're gonna get right into it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 2,500 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one that's already subbed to the channel. And I'm gonna be live for this entire card this Friday, so make sure you guys come hang out with me at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It should be fun. There should be some fun fights on the card that we can watch, make some money on. And let's get right into it, guys. We got Impa Kasanganay is going to be taking on Silveira in a rematch. They fought in the finals of the tournament. I think that was last year. They fought in the finals, and Impa Kasanganay walked away with $1 million. So Impa absolutely dominated Silveira there. Silveira is coming up that close. This isn't lost to Wilkinson in his last fight like a month ago. So let's see how that one goes for him here. Wilkinson's going to be taking on Yagshimuradov in the co-main event here. That should be another good matchup there. Gadzhi Rabadanov taking on Michael Dufort. I'm excited for a good Rabadanov. I know he's not really much of a finisher, but the guy knows how to win. And he's one of the dark horses at 155 in PFL right now. Brent Primus is going to be taking a Clay Collard. Clay Collard coming off that absolute disappointing loss to was his Matt Burnell, where he could not defend a single takedown. This guy got taken out 11 times. That's really pissed me off there. Yeah, Brent Primus, even 39 years old, he's on a mystery right now. He's on like 2 wins in a row. He's out there finishing people. So I'm excited for Brent Primus to fight Clay Collard, who's a fish on the mat and doesn't have any takedown defense. And Biaggio Walsh is going to be taking Brian the can. So should be a good matchup there. Probably a free win for Biaggio Walsh, if we're being honest. Antônio Júnior is going to be taking Karl Albrektsson. Albrektsson, he was supposed to fight. He was supposed to have a fight couple of weeks ago, but he's had a couple of cancellations. Yeah, he's supposed to fight Andrew Sanchez, and Sanchez did rebook Sanchez after for another fight. But I think it was who did Sanchez fight? He fought Sadibasi. Yeah, he fought Sadibasi. So hopefully we see Albrektsson fight on this card, and this doesn't end up being another cancellation. Danny Sabatello is going to be fighting Lazaro, a guy who's 8-0. We got Espinoza taking Matt Burnell. Espinoza coming out that this doesn't lost to Rabadanov. He's going to be taking a Matt Burnell, who's coming off a win over Clay Collard. Tad Gene, I'm excited for Tad Gene, man. This guy reminds me of Jamal Hill. This should be a good matchup here. Let's get right into, guys. First fight on the card is going to be Michelle Montague taking on Marilia Morais. This is a pretty easy breakdown. Michelle is gonna get those takedowns. She's gonna get those takedowns. She's gonna get a submission or a ground and pound. I think she's gonna get the submission. It's not really much of a ground and pound type of fighter. She mostly prefers a submission, but I think she's gonna be able to get those takedowns early in the first round, and she's gonna finish this fight. I'm pretty confident, and the odds do reflect that. She's minus 1100. And it makes sense. I mean, like, Marilia, she's only fought like once in the last 7 years, and that's never a good sign. She came back and got an opportunity after 6 years off. I guess they just brought her back because she was like 3-0 at the time after 6 years off from competing in MMA, and she came back and got ground and pounded in second on by Rebecca Evans like about a year ago. So at 36 almost, he's almost 36 years old. I don't know. Like, I guess they're just bringing her in so they can get Michelle another win here. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I guess they're both training at American Top Team. But yeah, I'm going to go Michelle by first round finish submission. I'll go first round submission for Michelle here. Yeah, everyone's picking submission. Makes sense. If Morais was more active out there, like she just fought like a couple months ago, I mean, I would have been like, okay, she's been out there like a couple months ago and got a win, I'd be like, okay, she's actually taking her career serious. But fighting once a year, once in 6 years is never a good sign. That means you're not taking your career serious. You're not really committed to MMA, whereas Michelle is committed. And she's going to have a big grappling edge over Marilia Morais. Marilia Morais does have some power, but it's not over anyone. She's beaten a bunch of cans out there. Give me Michelle Montague by first round submission. Michelle is minus 1100. I think it makes sense. I mean, the line is definitely kind of wide, but she has the skill sets, and she's also a finisher, so you don't have to worry about her going to the judges. Even if it goes longer, she's gonna get takedowns and she's gonna win this fight. But I think she's gonna finish here pretty early here. It's gonna be a first round finish for Michel. Next fight on the card is, I think I like the under. I like the under 1.5, under 2.5 rounds. I think they're probably gonna open the line at under 2.5 rounds. Then I would take the under 2.5 rounds. Or if they drop props, bet online is probably gonna drop props later in the week. You can probably take Michel by like submission or like by finish. I'm sure that's gonna be like minus 300, minus 200. Submission probably should be like minus 125, minus 135. I mean, I would take submission for Michel. So he's on like a submission streak, submitting everyone out there, 5 submissions in a row. So he knows how to get those submissions. It's all rear naked chokes. All of them. Rear naked choke after rear naked choke. Michel by rear naked choke. Next fight on the card, we got Jordan Oliver taking on Braydon Akeo. Jordan Oliver is a pretty accomplished wrestler, and he was supposed to fight a couple of weeks ago, back in June 28th, against Juan Gandera, and I guess that fight ended up being canceled. I don't know what the reason was for that. Yeah, he's supposed to make his debut in PFL for a while now. He's had 2 cancellations in a row. And he's gonna win this fight, man. He's gonna get those takedowns. Braydon hasn't shown that he can defend takedowns out there, and Jordan's gonna get those takedowns, and he's gonna probably get a ground and pound finish or submission. I think he's probably gonna lock in another arm triangle or like armbar or something like that. Oliver is not the biggest guy for 145. He's only 5'6". But the guy's gonna have a big grappling edge here, and he's gonna get this one done by I'll go by submission or like a ground and pound. He's got pretty good ground and pound, so his striking is not that crazy good, but I don't think Braydon's all that dangerous. Yeah, I don't think Braydon's that good. He's training at MMA lab. I was like, okay, let me watch some tape on this guy. Let me see if he can defend takedowns, and he hasn't shown that he can defend takedowns. I've seen him just give up his back, trying to get back up and just give up his submission, like not even try to defend that submission, not even try to fight hands. It was just Sam Climber fight where he wasn't even trying to fight hands out there. Terrible look there. And that was only like 2 years ago. So give me Oliver by submission or like ground and pound first round. This guy is minus 1,000. I think it makes sense, but I would take the under 2.5 under if fight doesn't go the distance, if you can find that. He's gonna win this fight. Oliver's gonna win this fight. Next fight on the card, we got Tad Jean taking on Chris Brown. Now this one's kind of like hard fight to call because Tad Jean's a really good striker. He kind of reminds me of Jamal Hill because he is really long and rangy and really athletic. He's got power for sure. He's got the right power on the left hook. He can grapple, he can wrestle. He's got nasty ground and pound from top position. But Chris Brown is pretty good, man. He's got some of the best kicks that I've seen in LFA. He beat Harris Lunge, who's a pretty good fighter. I mean, Harris Lunge is not terrible. He's more known for his grappling, not really striking though. And then Alfonso, he's pretty good. I mean, Alfonso came back after losing to Chris Brown, got a crazy head kick KO like in LFA recently. So the guy is pretty good, man. I think it was a body kick, but it was pretty nasty head kick KO by Alfonso. So his only losses are Carlos Leo by split decision. Carlos Leo is fighting in LFA now, and pretty good fighter. Carlos Leo is like what 21-5 and pretty good fighter. Ignacio Bahamondes is fighting in UFC. He's gonna be fighting Manuel Torres in a couple of weeks from now. I think that's a UFC Noche, and he lost to he's got 3 split decision losses. So the guy seems pretty durable, man. He's never been finished. And Tad Jean is minus 300 here. This line is definitely crazy for Tad Jean. I do think he's gonna be able to stay at range and maybe land some shots over the top. We don't know if he can check leg kicks though, because Chris Brown's got some nice kicks, leg kicks, body kicks. He mixes in the targets pretty well, and he's a pretty good striker. I mean, he's more like proven than Tad Jean. But I am still going to pick Tad Jean, just low confidence. I don't know if I'll be able to parlay him at minus 300 here. I did parlay him over Remain. I had the under 1.5 there, and that was a pretty easy call there, under 1.5, because Remain's not that good. Remain's kind of terrible. He's been KO'd a bunch of times. This is going to be a tougher matchup. This is going to be his toughest fight in his career. Let's see how he deals with Chris Brown. Chris Brown hasn't fought in a year and 7 months, so that's probably going to be good for Tad Gene. Chris Brown's probably not going to have those. He's probably going to have some ring rust maybe coming in, but the guy's clearly pretty proven. And this goes a distance. I mean, this could be anyone's fight if this goes a distance. I'm still going to take Tad Gene by. Does he KO him? I'll say by decision. I think Chris Brown's pretty durable. He's pretty good defensively too, so I don't know if Tad Gene's gonna be able to get that KO over Chris Brown. I'm gonna say Tad Gene gets it done by decision here. I think he lands some better shots at range and lands some body kicks of his own. Maybe mixing a couple of takedowns. I mean, it's not gonna be easy getting takedowns, but I could see him mixing in some takedowns here. Give me Tad Gene by decision is gonna be my pick here. Tad Gene is minus 298. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to parlay him at minus 300 here. Next fight on the card, we got Elvin Espinoza taking Mads Burnell. And this is a good matchup, man. This is a good matchup. Mads Burnell is coming off that win over Clay Collar, where he took him down like 9 or 11 times. It was just all control, lay and pray, and he got the job done, right? So Elvin Espinoza, he just got out wrestled. I mean, his last fight, but Gadzhi Rabadanov, who I think is a better wrestler than Mads Burnell. But he was getting taken on by Adam Piccolotti in that fight before Adam Piccolotti absolutely gassed out and ate a flying knee trying to shoot a takedown on him in the third round because Espinoza was losing that fight before he landed that crazy flying knee. But he's definitely got some good wins in the amateurs. I mean, if you go through his amateur record, I mean, win over Trey Waters, is aging pretty well. It was an amateurs though. I mean, Trey Waters was only 22 years old back then. The guy is pretty dangerous with his grappling. So he's probably going to have the better submission skills here. Burnell is probably going to have the wrestling edge here. And Espinoza I think he's going to have more power on the feet. Burnell's striking is not that crazy, but he's got cardio. So Burnell's definitely got cardio on his side here. I'm still going to pick Espinoza here. Not a crazy confidence in Espinoza because I could see him getting worked by Mads Burnell if he can wrestle nonstop. But I could see Espinoza locking in a submission or like just hurting him on the feet, landing a flying knee or like a body kick or something like that. We've seen Michael Dufort hurt him to the body and then submit him after. So we could see something like that happen. Give me Espinoza by submission. I'll go Espinoza by submission here. It's going to be my pick. Espinoza is plus 110 underdog. Give me Espinoza as underdog here to win. Next fight on the card, we got Danny Sabatello taking on Lazaro Dayron. Give me Danny Sabatello here. I was looking for a reason to pick Lazaro, and watching tape on this guy, man, like his wrestling is really made. His takedowns are not that great. I mean, he can't really hold anyone down. Like, he'll get some takedowns out there. He's clearly like, okay, this is the fight that I watched like a year, like I guess it was a year ago. Manuel, like he actually uploaded that fight because I think he probably thought he won that fight. Because he was like kind of working him on the feet, and then Dayron would take him down at the end of every round. But yeah, the takedowns are not that great. I mean, he's kind of dangerous, I guess, but Sabatello should not be losing this fight. Let me just say that. Like he's got a couple of losses. I picked Rafian Stotts as underdog over Sabatello. Had money on Stotts, and I knew Stotts could be the better striker on the feet, and even when he gets taken on, because he was getting taken on. But Sabatello couldn't really hold him down or really do a whole lot with those takedowns there. And losing to Magomedov, I mean, Magomedov is one of the best fighters in PFL right now at 135. Had bantamweight, I mean. But yeah, like in Bellator, I mean, PFL doesn't have 135, so they have featherweight, not bantamweight. So he's making his debut in PFL here. And I think Sabatello should have this one in the bag. Lazaro is going to be dangerous, so Sabatello's got to be careful. But he should be the better wrestler here. He should clearly have the wrestling edge and the control, grappling edge, positional control, and the cardio. But this is Dayron's debut in PFL. Maybe he can get the job done. I'm probably gonna stay from Sabatello here. I like the overs. I think it could go over 2.5 rounds. Give me Sabatello by decision. It's gonna be my pick here. Sabatello is a minus 750. Jesus, I'm staying away probably from that. Next fight on the card, we got Antônio Carlos Júnior taking out Karl Albrektsson. Give me Junior. I think Junior should be able to get this one done. His cardio is a problem though. Like he absolutely gassed, like that gas in that Polizzi fight. Cause he was just trying to. He was winning the first round and a half, then he gassed so badly. Polizzi won the second round, third round, landing some ground and pound from top position. Yeah, the guy is pretty dangerous. So Albrektsson hasn't fought in like 9 months. I guess he fought in I don't know where he fought, but losing to Grand Neo is honestly not that great, and losing Karl Moore by submission is not that great either. But beating Yagshimuradov, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Yagshimuradov was a pretty good kickboxer and can wrestle. But Junior should be able to get this one done. I think Junior should be able to get this one done by probably like a submission early or like take his back and submit him. Yeah, I mean, but this guy is pretty good, man. Albrektsson is pretty good. He's only 30 years old, so can he get the job done here? I mean, our Junior wasn't looking that good out there and gassed out pretty badly. I mean, I think that was elevation though. Was that elevation? I think that might have been elevation, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Where was that? That's Salt Lake City. That was elevation. So that shouldn't be a problem here. I think his cardio should be a lot better. He should be able to backpack him. I mean, control him enough. And striking is not that great. I don't think striking is that crazy. His striking is gonna be good enough for him to not gas all that crazy though. I think he should be able to. This one's at Hollywood, Florida, so at least they're not fighting in Salt Lake City anymore. So give me Carlo Jr. I think he can. Can he submit him though? Like I'll go submission for Carlo Jr. here. Submission for Carlo Jr. Carlo Jr. is minus 250. I don't know. I'm just kind of worried about the cardio. Well, it shouldn't be a problem. The cardio shouldn't be a problem here. He should be able to get the submission here. Give me a Junior by submission here. Next fight on the card, we got Biaggio Walsh taking on Brian Stapleton. Give me Ali Walsh by first round. KO TKO. It's gonna be an easy win. It's gonna be a walk in the park. And Biaggio Walsh, to be fair, he couldn't finish this guy, right? Emmanuel Palacio. At least we've seen that he can go 3 rounds and not gas out, right? At least we know his cardio is there. If he can go 3 rounds if he needs to, but not finishing Palacio's not really a good sign. I mean, Palacios got finished in his next fight over some guy with 1-1. That's not really looking good for Ollie Walsh. Not being able to finish that guy who's like 5'7". That was a freebie for Ollie Walsh, but he should be able to finish this guy. I think he needs to get back to finishing people. At least we know that he can go 3 rounds if he needs to, right? If he can't finish people out there, he can go 3 rounds. I mean, I guess if you're trying to like get more experience out there, maybe. But you gotta finish people like that, Ollie Walsh, man. He should be able to finish this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ollie Walsh by KO TKO first round or second round. Ollie Walsh is minus 8 for 800. I think 800 is not bad parlay piece for on this card for Ollie Walsh. Ollie Walsh should have this one in the bag. Next fight on the card, I think the under 1.5 is solid there. Under 2.5 rounds, under 1.5 rounds. He should be able to get the finish this time. Next fight on the card, we got Brent Primus here on Clay Collard. Give me Brent Primus. Even at 39 years old, man, he looks better than he's ever looked. Clay Collard clearly showed that he can defend takedowns, even with the how many fights does he have? Like 28 fights. 38 fights in his career. That he still can like get up to his feet. I mean, when he gets taken down, he's kind of fish on his back. And Primus is he's gonna have the wrestling edge here, and if he wrestles, because I think he is gonna wrestle, he might strike with him, Clay Collard, for a bit. Clay Collard's punching power is not that crazy. He doesn't have one punch power. It's more of just volume punches. I mean, it just doesn't have any power. It does have a lot of KOs, but only 2 KOs in PFL. So give me Primus. I think he can out wrestle him. Can you submit him though? I mean, he has been submitting people out there. He got third on submission over Solomon Renfro. Solomon Renfro was so gassed. I mean, so I don't think Clay Collard is gonna be that tired. Give me Brent Primus by decision here. I think he can out wrestle Clay Collard. Clay Collard, if this stays on the feet, I mean, maybe Clay Collard can land more volume and then beat him by decision. I mean, that could happen, but I'm gonna bank on Primus to just out wrestle him. I think he can out wrestle him. I actually like his money line. I got him at minus 140, and I like his money line here. I think it should be solid. We had him over Renfro, and that was pretty easy money. I mean, it was like second one was looking iffy because he was looking kind of tired too, but he pushed through it. He got the third round submission. Renfro hurt him on the feet and then got the submission. So give me Primus by decision. Maybe a submission could be live. I mean, he does have really good backpack, and when he takes your back, he'll like submit you, lock in the submission. But give me Brent Primus by decision. I think he can probably get this one by decision. The only guy to submit Clay Collar recently was AJ McKee with an arm triangle. So McKee is a lot better than Primus, but still, Primus's striking wrestling should be good enough here. Next fight on the card, we got Gadzhi Rabadanov taking a Michael Dufort. This is an easy matchup. I think Rabadanov is going to be able to just outwork him and mix in a couple of takedowns, and just even the striking. His striking is good enough where he's not going to get hurt on the feet. Dufort is, yeah, he looked pretty terrible like a month ago. He got dropped by Piccolotti in the third round too, so that's not a good sign. Gadzhi Rabadanov chin is solid, and his cardio is going to be there, and he just the pace and the pressure is going to be a problem for Dufort because he showed that he couldn't deal with that pressure. Piccolotti was able to take him down, knock him down in the third round, hurt him on the feet, and then just outwork him. Give me Rabadanov by decision, easy W for Rabadanov. Dufort doesn't have any ability, like his decision winning ability is not that great. I mean, when fights are going longer, he's like 1 in 5 in fights that are going the distance. I mean, that's not a good sign. Gadzhi Rabadanov, I mean, all he does is win decisions. I mean, the guy's 11 and 1 in winning fights that are going to the judges' scorecard, so he knows how to win judges. He knows how to win fights that go longer. Give me Rabadanov by decision. This is actually easy matchup for Rabadanov. Rabadanov is minus 625. I like him as a parlay piece, even at minus 625. The over 2.5 should be solid. I think this goes over 2.5 rounds. Rabadanov can't really finish him, and he couldn't finish Renfro. If you don't finish Renfro, I mean, I don't think he's gonna finish Dufort. Let's go over 2.5 should be solid parlay piece too when they open the totals. I like Rabadanov even minus 600. Next fight on the card, we got Wilkinson taking Yagshimuradov. This is a tougher fight to call. I do think Wilkinson has got the better kickboxing. Like he's gonna have the reach advantage. I mean, 80-inch reach advantage is gonna be a problem. Can Yagshimuradov mix in takedowns? That's the question. I mean, Wilkinson was out wrestling Silveira in some moments out there, and Silveira got top position on Wilkinson because Wilkinson was trying to get a submission on him. We made a mistake, but that's why that fight was really close. And Wilkinson was start looking tired. I mean, that was at Salt Lake City area. I think that fight was also at Salt Lake City, if I remember. Yeah, it was Salt Lake City. I was also. I guess that's why it's not shocking that he's looking tired out there. Yagshimuradov's got that karate stance, and he's really light on his feet, and he's pretty quick. I mean, for a guy who's 35 years old, the guy's pretty quick. He's only 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. He's gonna have a reach disadvantage here. And he's on a win streak right now. I mean, he's beating these guys. And couldn't finish Simon, but still outworked him and beat him 30-27. Knocked out Jake Nadeau. I mean, that's a clean performance. I mean, Impa couldn't have the way he beat him. Jake Nadeau was more impressive than Impa beating Jake Nadeau because Impa got hurt early and Yagshimuradov made it look like a walk in the park. The way he beat Jake Nadeau, knocked him out in the first round. I am gonna pick Wilkinson here, but I'm not that confident in Wilkinson here. I think Wilkinson could use the reach advantage and land some straight shots. I don't think he's gonna mix in his own takedowns here, but I'm gonna take Wilkinson by. Does he finish him? I mean, Yagshimuradov was pretty durable. He's only been KO'd like one time, and that was back in Bellator. Corey Anderson knocked him out in the third round by ground and pound. I think it goes a distance. I mean, I'm going to say Wilkinson gets it done by decision. I reckon Wilkinson can outwork him win 28-28 decision. Wilkinson is minus 162. I don't know. I'm kind of worried to bet him at minus 152 here. 62, I mean, because Yagshimuradov was a lot better than his record. I mean, he's 23-7. It's honestly a pretty good record because he's fighting Bellator, fighting ACB, PFL, I mean, ACA. So the guy's clearly has a lot of experience fighting some solid guys in the regional MMA. Went to just with Magomed Ankalaev. I mean, the guy has fought a lot of good people out there. Give me Wilkinson by decision. I think it goes over 1.5 rounds. I mean, if the line's at 1.5 rounds, I would take the over 1.5 rounds. Next fight on the card, we got Impa Kasanganay taking on Silveira. This is the second time they're fighting. The first fight was a 5-round main win. Not a main win. I mean, it was a co-main win in the finals. This is the semifinals, and they're running it back here in the 3-round matchup. And I don't think much has changed. I actually think Impa Kasanganay's striking has improved a lot more than Silveira's striking. Silveira is still the same guy. He does the same thing. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. And if he can't wrestle, he doesn't really have the second option. Doesn't have power on the feet. I guess he knocked out Ty Flores, who's not that great. I mean, that was fluky. I mean, he was taking the Sadibasi, and Sadibasi broke his thumb, so he got a TKO stoppage, I guess. But yeah, give me Impa Kasanganay here by decision. I don't think he's finishing Silveira. He had 5 rounds to finish Silveira in that first fight, and he couldn't really put it on him and finish him. Silveira is pretty tough though, but you can only be tough for so long because Impa Kasanganay's striking has improved. So can he get that takedown? He's out there finishing people. So can he go out there and finish Silveira? I think Silveira is gonna be tough enough to survive, but I think yeah, I could see Impa knocking him down and then trying to finish him. I mean, then Silveira hanging on his back, trying to hold on to a single leg takedown. I could see that happening. I'm gonna say Impa wins by decision. Maybe a KO could be live. I hope he gets a KO. It'd be nice for him to get a KO here. Well, I think they're both pretty durable. Silveira's never been finished before. I mean, he's fought some pretty decent guys out there. And the guy's never been finished before. Impa's striking definitely has improved a lot. I mean, he's out there knocking people out, but I think he goes a distance. I mean, I think Impa's gonna win by decision. He's gonna just land the better shots on the feet, and he's gonna be able to outstrike Silveira. Defend takedowns. I mean, Silveira's takedowns weren't really working. Impa's takedown defense has definitely come a long way. He did have some trouble against Jacob Nadal, who's a pretty big dude for the weight class, and was able to hurt him early. But Impa Kasanganay showed how tough he is. Came back in the second round, put it on him. I mean, he really put it on Jacob Nadal and got him out of there with the TKO. The referee should have called that fight. It was a corner stoppage. It was a doctor stoppage, but they should have stopped it earlier. Give me Impa by decision. That's gonna be my full card breakdown, guys. Impa is minus 355. I think this is still a good parlay piece. I still like him as a parlay piece here. Let's do a parlay, guys. The parlay that I like on this card, we're gonna do parlay. It's gonna be chalky parlay, but it's gonna cash, I think. Impa Kasanganay, Rabadanov, Ollie Walsh. I like that. Where's the other one? Thames 4-leg parlay for minus 121. Chalk fest. Give me Primus. I think Primus should be able to get that one done. Primus is 39 years old, but I think the guy's wrestling's gonna be a problem. Primus plus 200 for a 5-leg parlay. Impa Kasanganay, Gadzhi Rabadanov, Biaggio Walsh, Michelle Montague, and Brent Primus. Plus 206. Honestly, not even bad. But the parlay that I'm really confident in is probably not gonna be plus money, but you can mix in some UFC fighter parlays, mix in some UFC fighters, some Dana White Contender Series fighters. Yeah, I like we can do Dana White Contender Series also. The guy that I already got my breakdown now for Dana White Contender Series. I like Jose Delgado. I think it's just gonna be the much better striker against Ernie Wars and on Tuesday, this Tuesday, and Impa, Rabadanov, and we'll go with some UFC fighters on here. We'll go with the Rosenstrike plus 192 for that 4-leg parlay, and we can also put Gamrot in there plus 282. So I like Pratis too. I think Pratis line is kind of crazy though. Li Jingley is not that horrible, but he hasn't fought in 2 years. Plus 400 for that. What is that? 6-leg parlay. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's my full card breakdown for this card. I got it done pretty early. I was able to watch some tape on some of these guys. We already watched their fights. I mean, I watch them every time they fight. So, but I was able to watch some tape on Brian Stapleton, watch some tape on Lazaro, and these guys are making their debut in PFL. Yeah, the card should be good. I think there's gonna be a couple of finishes on this card, and this could be a fun 11 fight card. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my picks in the comments down below. Let me know who you guys are most confident on this card. Drop your parlays in the comments. And make sure you guys subscribe, man. Like, subscribe. If you guys don't want to support the channel, you can become a member on the channel, and you get to support my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Take it easy, guys, and hope you guys enjoyed the full card breakdown. Later.